Nearly every client of ours has the same primary goal: to give their children a better life than they have. And they know that education is the key to making that happen. In the communities where we work, often public schools are overcrowded. Rural areas are particularly challenging, where schools are often too far away, requiring children to travel. Opportunities Education Finance Program has a simple goal: get more children into better schools. We do that by providing financing and training for affordable private schools, which are filling these gaps and making it possible for students from low-income families to get a good education at a school close to them.
We all know that the role of providing education to the citizens of a given state or country is the role of the government. But you realize that sometimes government becomes overstrained, especially looking at the young population of Uganda, which is growing. Averagely, our population is 17 years. That means out of the 45 million Ugandans, 75% are at youth age or young age that need education most. And you realize that the public schools or the government schools are few, and they cannot provide the services to the local citizens. So the private players come in.
The first challenge, automatically, it is the poverty among their parents. So people have not been having any foods in the garden, and they saw children have been sleeping empty stomach without eating, and so they come to school even when they have not eaten. Others even have resorted to stealing. You hear a mother was imprisoned because of stealing someone's food from the garden. We started Hilton Junior School in 2007. We saw that this community wanted a good school which would be able to support the community. We began with around 15 boarders. Then after the second term, they added us other children. Actually, I first stayed with those 3 in my room, and I was their matron, their cook, everything. Then later on, after acquiring a loan of opportunity, we had to build and even plaster and paint our first building. Then we had to construct this one you see here behind. That was a dormitory. We were small, but now we are big. We have a total of 1,034 pupils in our school. Our mission is to provide affordable education in a conducive learning environment.
The school fees which is charged here for this school ranges from 100,000 to 300. But when you go to a school within Kampala Metropolitan, they will be charging 1.5 million Ugandan shillings as school fees. It's the reason why we exist and we associate with low-cost private schools. But we emphasize that they provide quality education. Remember, the government does not support them. So it is now the non-governmental organizations like Opportunity International that comes in to support so that they provide quality education and they increase access to education for the local communities. We do support these private low-cost schools in various ways. One of the ways is, one, we train and build capacity of the school leaders, especially the school proprietors, on how to manage their schools effectively. And then secondly, we also do train the teachers through Teacher Mentor Program. We are the foot soldiers on ground. That's why we work closely every day with the schools, and whatever needs they have or challenges they have, we should be ready to support them.
Me as a director, I've acquired a lot. and even it is more than even the loans they give me, because it has learnt me how to manage the school. When I talk about Joyce, I feel like I'm talking about my mother. I can call at night and she always picks me and maybe answers my questions. Joyce is a lady who sacrifices her time.
We were always supporting, updating the schools, because during COVID period, there was a lot of misinformation. And COVID came with a lot of stress, trauma. Teachers were stressed. Some teachers were vending in order to survive. The learners were stressed. Some learners became laborers, selling things in order to provide a meal during lockdown. Bringing everybody back into classroom was a challenge. So they put that as their priority. They make a decision and looking at the needs of the learners. The learners have priority in whatever they are doing. In January, when I visited this school, they had a challenge of water source. So there is now a permanent source of water for this school. They went for school improvement loan. And when they got the loan, they have drilled, they called it a borehole in the local dialect.
We had to install in, because at first children would take water from the tap, but now we had to buy the equipment for that distilled clean water, and so we put it there. Now our children do get clean water. We are no longer suffering with water. We constructed girls' toilets which use water. It has improved the school day by day.
So we guide them and we closely support them on how best to utilize the loans. And alongside, the learner who is the last beneficiary of this loan must be able to excel. Because all that we do at school level, we are looking at that child. We want that child to be transformed and achieve his or her dreams. Our target is that learner. There is nothing I will do if I have not transformed that learner to become a useful or a prosperous child in future.
I want to become a professional art surgeon. My uncle is a doctor. He tells me that many people are dying of heart failure, so I want to help them.
I want to become a gynecologist because many mothers die while giving birth because of the medical services. I want to change that. I want to help them.
It has improved our village. It has employed very many people, and it has changed their lives.
Since the program began a decade ago, we've reached 10 million children with these services. Loans help school owners build new classrooms and add more seats so that more students can attend. Training for school leaders and teachers focuses on the quality of the education that children are receiving. And we help schools form clusters so leaders and teachers can learn best practices from their peers who understand the challenges better than anyone else.